Welcome back to Hayes Tech ROM Reviews. This is Glockman 4519 or Dave Hayes. This time we are going to review Resurrection Remix for the Nexus 6P. This is the very last build that they are releasing. Right now they've switched everything over and are now completely working on nothing but Nougat. So this is going to be their last release. At least that is what they have. That's what they've specified on their website and on the Google Plus community page, and as well as the XDA page, or I guess I should say the XDA thread. Anyways, there were a lot of customizations built into the last couple releases. I really wanted to do this one here because of one of my favorites that they added to it, which was the theme engine. But we'll get to that later. Right now we are going to go ahead and get into the meat and the potatoes of the ROM build quickly. We're going to go to About Phone. You guys can see this is Resurrection Remix for Angler, which is the Nexus 6P. This is Android version 6.01. It is the latest. It's got the September security patches in it. I'm running Elemental X kernel only because I wanted some features other than what comes stock, and the stock kernel is pretty cool actually. But there are a couple features in Elemental X I wanted to test out, and I figured what better way to do it than to throw it on this ROM and just, you know, run the hell out of it and see how it worked. And so far the kernel is working great, at least the update or the version that I am running right now. It's running very, very good. So I do highly recommend the kernel, although I will stress again, like I do with all other ROMs, the best kernel to run is the kernel that comes with the ROM or the supplied kernel. All right. We're going to go ahead and get into the custom settings, which are the configurations here. First up is going to be the status bar. Guys, it's going to be a little bit of a long video. You guys know I like to get through pretty much every one of the settings. Resurrection Remix is one of those ROMs that just has a ton of settings in it. First up is going to be the clock customizations. You guys can go right, left, center, no clock at all, which is that setting right there. Then you have your AM, PM, date style, format, you know, position, the whole 9 yards. They do allow you to color it, and one of my favorite features is they allow you to go with a different size, whatever size you want, which is nice. The display on this phone is a high definition display. A lot of things are smaller than what I'm used to. I like to be able to make that clock a little bit bigger. So that's what I'm going with. You guys can set it however you like. Next up, of course, your battery status style. I have mine hidden because I am running the 3-minute mod. It does work out of the gate. Just remember, guys, if you download the app from the Play Store and it doesn't work right off the bat, first thing you want to do is power, and then you want to go reboot, and then you want to restart System UI. Okay, that will bring back, or that will show your battery icon if it's not showing. Okay, I figured I'd get that out of the way because a lot of people say that, well, my battery icon's not showing. I know there's a fix, so you don't have to do that, but I've tried it. It doesn't work for me. I just reset the System UI and I don't have any issues. Next up is going to be the battery percentage. Of course, I've got mine hidden, so you know, it's a moot point for me, but you guys can set that up however you want. Next up is going to be the battery bar. These are the settings for that. You guys can set the colors up however you want, or you don't have to run with the battery bar at all if you don't. Let's see, status bar icons. This is where you can pick and choose what kind of icons you want to even show on your status bar. Status bar icon colors. I have all the colors shut off right now because I am running a theme. And again, guys, when you're running a theme, you do not want to color anything, because unless the theme doesn't color it. If the theme doesn't color it, go to town. But if the theme already colors it and you change that color, you're gonna create havoc, and you're gonna screw up the theme. So that's why I don't have any of these colors picked. But Resurrection Remix, like Broken, Cyanide, it's one of those ROMs that just allows you to really, really customize the ROM. You don't even need a theme, really. You can just theme it with the settings that they have provided for you. All right, carrier label. You guys can set up your carrier label if you like. Right now, I don't have a carrier label. Network traffic, you guys want to show your network traffic. They do even allow you to color that, which is awesome. I like that. Now your Resurrection Remix logo, another cool thing about Resurrection is they give you two different options. You don't even have to run this one if you don't want to. You can shut it off and just run with secondary or none at all. But what's cool about it is you can run it, and then if you want, you can go back and you can pick a custom logo and also run a custom logo if you want to do it. You don't have to, but they give you that option. And here are the custom logos that you can choose from. They give you a ton of custom logos. I think it's awesome. You can actually pick one for each day, you know, the month if you want. That's how many of them there are. So it's pretty cool. Let's see. I'm trying to think of stuff that you guys are going to want to see. The weather settings. This is going to be your temperature control. Right now it is showing because I do have my my weather widget set up too, because you want to have both of those set up. And I'm going to get in there and get rid of that Celsius because I live in the United States and I like mine in Fahrenheit. Miscellaneous status bar settings. You got your brightness control, notification count, double tap to sleep, Super Sue indicator if you guys want to have that showing, 4G instead of LTE, you know, 3G instead of HSPA. And then of course your breathing notifications. If you click on that, that is what you have for your breathing notifications. That brings us to the notification drawer. Notification header. This is going to be your drop down, what you see right there. Custom headers. If you want to run it, you just click that on. That'll give you that custom header. These are the header packs that you can choose from. Again, they just give you a ton of header packs. Now, it would be cool. It would be cool if they would go with the CM header pack option or the Dirty Unicorn type header option where you can use CMTE to switch them out, but you don't need to because this ROM gives you quite a few choices to choose from. So, you know, I think it's awesome that they do it this way too. At least they give you options, and I think that's pretty cool. You can, underneath that's going to be your shadow effect, whether you want to create a shadow with that or not, and you can set that up however you like. Your header items. This is going to be what you want to show in your header. Your extended status bar button, you can throw that in there. If you want a task manager, run with that. If you want to run Halo, this is where you would enable that at. I don't use Halo, but it does work. I did try it out, and Halo does work. You have your notification panel clock. You have your date. You know, clock date or your show clock details. Jesus. Show notification battery, panel battery text, and the list just goes on. And then, of course, all the way at the bottom, show weather. Yes, I do want to show the weather. You can change the fonts to pretty much everything in the header pack if you want. And last but not least is your colors. You can also change up the colors in that. And that will not affect your theme. Let's see. Underneath that, you have your notifications, force expanded, disable immersive mode. If you guys, you know, want to use those, that's where that's at. And then, of course, you have your notification colors, and this is your panel, your actual notifications. So, as you can see, my notifications would be, I'm recording right now, so you can change all that. I don't like to change it, especially when I'm running a theme. It just screws with it, so that's why I haven't messed with that. But you guys can go with whatever you want. Let's see, notification colors, all that. Now, I did notice on here, one of the things that I do like to change is the quick settings panel logo. It's disabled right now, so if you look, you can just see the icons in a black background. Now, if I enable that, hopefully, we're going to go with a custom color. I'm going to go ahead and pick the color. Let's see, logo style, we're going to go with the classic. And let's see, the color, they have a light blue. We are going to go with, let's go with a purple. Well, no, let's go with a green. And you want to touch that icon, you want to touch that color at the very top, that circle at the top, that'll change the color. And now there should be my logo right there, see? So that's pretty cool too. Let's see, what else? Volume, dialogue, colors, you guys can change all that if you want. Again, Resurrection Remix is just one of those ROMs that just gives you options and options and options. And I just love that about a ROM. that's about it for the notification drawer. That brings us to the quick settings panel. You can have your quick pull down, right, left, or none at all, or always. You have your smart pull down if you guys want to use that. Of course, your number tiles per row. Quick settings tile. This is going to be where you can add and remove tiles to your quick settings. Right now, I'm just going to slowly let you guys see what I have enabled right now. And then I'll show you what I didn't add, which is a ton of stuff. You know, this is one of the things I like, or I don't like, about when Android switches over to a new version, because it's going to take a while for us to get this into Nougat. And you know, I just love my custom settings, and it's going to be hard for me to switch to Nougat right now, especially the way it is right now, because there's really nothing as far as custom settings go in Nougat. And I've tried them all, guys, believe me, and it looks stock. So I can't wait until we start getting these you know, customizations in with Nougat, because Nougat's pretty cool, and I think it gives a lot of area for the developers to go wild with. All right, back to this. Let's see, quick settings vibration. Of course, your quick settings colors. Again, I'm running a theme. I don't want to mess with this. If you guys aren't running themes, you know, just color away. You know, to your heart's content. You're not going to screw up anything. But since I am running a theme, I don't want to touch any of these. I'm just going to leave them set the way they are. And then that way I know for sure I'm not going to have any conflicts with anything as far as themes go. Let's see, disable quick settings on lock screen, which no, I don't want to disable them. Under advanced, you have your advanced data tile, themes compile component, which means when you drop this down, and if you have themes set up here somewhere, which is right, let me find it here quickly. Right here, if I click on themes, you notice it gives me my list of themes I have installed. Well, I could actually pick one of those themes and it will install what I tell it to install with this setting right here. And I'll show you theme tile component. So this is going to let you pick and choose what you want to actually enable when you click on one of those themes in your quick setting panel. Okay. Right now I just have style, status bar, and nav bar. That's all I have set up. Enable 3 state location if you guys want to use that. That's where you do that at. Then of course you have your tile animations options. I do like to rotate. I do go with the super fast option. Linear, that's how I have mine set up. You guys can go with bounce, overshoot, you know, any of those. You can try them out, see which one you like the best. Then you have the brightness slider and the brightness icon underneath that at the very end. Next up is going to be our nav bar. This is where you can enable or disable a nav bar. You can also go with fling mode if you like. So if you pick fling, your nav bar is going to disappear. You're going to get the Resurrection Remix logo. Go into the fling settings, and these are your fling settings. Now, I don't run fling. You guys know that if you watch any of my videos, but I do like to enable it so you guys can see at least what the settings are for it. I noticed they let you put custom icons in there, or logos. Let's see, logo image. Well, all right. Anyways, you can color all that and everything. Now I don't use that. I'm just going to go back with the standard navigation. This is your smart bar settings. And of course they have pulse, which I love pulse, so I do set that up, and I do like to color that with some kind of wild color. It does work, especially when I'm watching YouTube videos in non-full screen mode. It works very, very well. Oh, I forgot bar size. I know some of you like to see that. Those are your bar sizes, pretty much standard CM settings. Under advanced, you have your pulse bar size, which I just showed you. Next up is going to be the button controller. This is going to be where you can find your power menu and all the settings for it. That's all right here. Let's see. End call with the power button. You have your advanced reboot. Make sure that you have your advanced reboot turned on, or you're not going to get the reboot settings, okay? Let's see, volume buttons. You guys can set up your volume button to your heart content. I see they have quite a few settings there that you guys can choose from. Next up is going to be the recent settings. Recents bar. Let's see, I don't want to show the search bar, but they do give you that option, and I love it because they also give me my memory bar. I do like having that memory bar there. It lets me know how much of my memory is getting used. I didn't want to do that. I want to go into settings. There we go. Clear all tweaks. You have your clear all button, clear all task, location, all that's there. Hidden apps, recent apps, style. You can get in there and you can actually color the your recents to make them look a little bit customized. I did mess with that a little bit. Oh, also I wanted to show you recent styles. If you go under the button styles, again, you can choose what your button even looks like. Let's go to the sequential cube. But you can animate it. I mean, everything. It's all there. It's crazy. Again, this is Resurrection Remix, guys. It's just crazy what you can do with it. Taskbar header, or your task view header. A lot of customizations and colors that you can go there. Let's see here. Recents view. I like to run full screen. You guys can run however you like. Show clock, show date. Your alternative recents, of course, is going to be your slim recents and omni. If you go slim recents and you turn that on, what that's going to do is that's going to give you a recents more like KitKat, which is going to be on the side. I don't like to use that. I just go with the standard recents. And then also they give you the omni switch. If you guys want to run omni, they do give the option to run the omni switch. Lock screen is going to be next. Security, lock screen, media. Under the media, these are the settings. You have your media cover art, your display music visualizer. Then you have your lock screen UI. This is going to be where you can set up your blur, your colors, lock screen colors. Just all kinds of colors you can choose from. If you haven't seen it, this is my lock screen right here. So I have pretty much everything colored in some other different color. You have your lock screen date, fonts, date size, everything. Let's see. I do want to show the charging current. I like that feature as well. It lets you know whether or not your charger is broke. Lets you see exactly what the milliamps are pushing through. And if it doesn't push through the amount that it says on your charging brick, then maybe there's something wrong with your cable or your brick itself. It could even be your USB port, at the bottom, or I guess I should say the USB Type-C port at the bottom. Shortcuts. They do give you both bottom and middle shortcuts, so that's awesome that they do that. Now I don't use it, but they do give you the option to use the shortcuts in the center. Let's see, you have your lock screen gestures if you guys use them. Wallpaper and weather options. Again, you can set up weather if you want. This is going to be where you do that at. Next up is going to be your animations. You have your system animations, toast icon, your icon colors, list views, list interpolar, your power menu. I like this one here. I actually like to rotate on this. It's pretty cool. So if I hit my power menu, oops. Now if I hit my power menu like this, see how that is? That's pretty cool. So you can change that to whatever you want. You don't even have to use it if you don't. My favorite option, though, obviously, if you guys watched any of my videos, is all the way at the bottom with scrolling modifier. I do have that. I normally set this up at around 18.5 to 19,000 for the set duration, your fleeing velocity. And scroll friction, I usually have that set up at about 20. I'm testing it at a little different speeds just to see what the differences are. But I love this option. I'm glad they include it, and I hope they carry that through into the Nougat. Next up is going to be your gestures. You have gesture anywhere if you guys use that. This is going to be where you go. I do like the 3-finger gesture, although this one's set up where you can set it up to whatever you want. And what I'm going to do Three-fingered, oh, okay, it is set up just for the screenshot. I've noticed some of the ROMs set it up where you have to actually pick what you want it to do. I like that three-fingered for a screenshot. It works very, very well. You just slide three fingers down and it takes a screenshot for you. It's awesome. Then, of course, you have your app circle bar, and I didn't set this up yet. And for those of you that are new, if you're just coming onto my video, and if you stayed this long, I'm going to show you how to use it real quick. You just enable it, go in here, include some apps. We're just going to pick some off-the-wall apps. I don't even care what they are. I'm just showing you how to use it. You click OK. Then what you want to do is set your trigger width, your height, and you're good to go. Now, if you touch that area anywhere, you're going to get this little scrolling wheel that only has the apps that you put in it. So it's pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and shut it off so I don't inadvertently hit it while we're doing the video. Multitasking. This is where you're going to find your multi-window mode, your floating mode, and of course your Pi control. If you guys want to use that, that's where you go. Floating mode, these are the settings for your floating mode. And Pi control. I'll show you that quickly. I did test it. It is working. I'm not going to show you guys. I'm sure you know what Pi looks like, but it is working. I'll tell you that. Next up is miscellaneous. It's going to be where you can set up your SE Linux switch to run permissive or enforcing. You guys can do whatever you want with that. I like permissive, but I get it. You guys run it however you want. Your dashboard tiles, these are going to be your switches and tiles. You can set up your columns you want for your settings view, all of that. This is going to be where you can set that up at. And of course they give you color options. It's Resurrection Remix. They always give you color options. I love this ROM. Let's see here, where were we? You have your blur personalizations if you want to blur that, lock screen, launch music app, DOS power save. Yes, I want to run the DOS power save. I am running ambient display right now. Restart system UI. This is another place that you can find this restart to system UI, especially if you're having problems with your 3-minute mod. But again, remember guys, it's also in your power menu under reboot. Just go there. It's a quicker way to get to it. Then they have your fingerprint settings, because this is the 6P. It does have the fingerprint scanner, although I am not running with the fingerprint reader, because if I happen to flash another ROM, it's going to ask me for my password and it may just screw everything up. It did it once for me already, so I just don't run it anymore. Then you have your ad blocker, and of course ad blocker is AdAway. If you guys want to run it, that's where it's at. Disable force close notifications. Then you have your wake lock blocker, system app remover, and underneath your advanced options is going to be your camera shutter sound, screenshot sound, your safe headset volume, all that. That's where that's going to be at. And that is pretty much it, guys. Last but not least is going to be your updates, and this is just where you're going to go to check to see if there are any updates. And I can tell you right now, there's not going to be any updates now until Nougat is released. So that's pretty much it. I will hit quickly sound and display. I'll let you guys see what the sounds are. The settings in here, these are your other sounds. Then under display and lights, adaptive brightness, all that's going to be there. This is going to be where you're going to find your ambient display. They do have the theme option. I'm running it in light. I'm only running it in light because sometimes if you run dark, certain themes conflict with that. So I'm running it under light right now. You have your cast settings there, of course, ambient display, ambient DOS options. These are the options you have in ambient DOS, and listen to me, DOS. So you can set that up however you guys want to do with that. Wallpaper settings, extended desktop. LCD, I don't even touch that. It's perfect. I'm just leaving it the way it is. Of course, you can change your font size if you want. Lights, notification lights, and one thing I love about this phone, the blinking works. You can set it up to blink. You can go with any color you want, and it works. It's just great. And that, I'll show you security quickly. Here's your fingerprint setup, smart lock, live screen automatic. Now underneath fingerprint, I don't know. I guess not. Lock screen. I was wondering if they gave you some of the options. Oh, smart lock. Yeah, but you have to have your fingerprint set up in order for smart lock to work, and you also have to have this set up underneath a PIN, pattern, or password. If you do, smart lock will work. I'm pretty sure you get your face recognition, location recognition, all that. You can set it up however you want. I didn't try it, guys, because I just don't use it anymore, but you can try it. Let me know if it works. Let's see, then you have your shortcuts. You can encrypt it if you want. All that's there. Make sure you have your unknown sources turned on. And then, of course, all the way at the bottom is going to be, in your bottom area is going to be your screen pinning, I think. I don't see it. SMS, where's screen pinning? I don't see it. All right. I do like to run the disable permissive overlay check. Oh, there it was, screen pinning. It was right in front of my face. And that's going to be about it. I'll run through the developer options quickly for you guys so you can see that. Really, there's nothing here except for me anyways, except for the root access apps, and ADB is how I set it up. You guys can set it up however you want. I am running SuperSU version 2.52. That's the version I'm running with this. You can change your RGB or change your picture mode to sRGB if you want. Android debugging, make sure you guys have Android debugging turned on, especially if you're new. I love the fact they give us a local terminal. If you guys know what that is, you'll know what I'm talking about. So it's just awesome that they give that to us. And that is going to be about it. Under drawing, because the multi-window mode is in the custom settings, so that's not going to be there. But you can change your animations if you want. But I just leave them the way they are because this phone has plenty of power to run with all the animations they want to throw at it. And of course you have your kill app back button, and to set up the kill app back button timeout all the way at the bottom. Let's see, last but not least, I wanted to show you the themes. This comes with the new, or I shouldn't say new, this comes with the CM, more like 1+1, the CM13 OS, I think is what they call it, CMOS 13. And it's so cool. I just love it because not only can you just pick a theme and just choose it, you can't just like click on it and pick some of the settings, because when you click on it, it's just going to set the whole theme. But what's cool about this is you can go back to the first one and you can click on it. You can click customize. That's going to give you this drop down, which you are going to be able to customize every single part of your system with even a different theme if you wanted. You could have a different theme on each one of these. Like this is going to be your status bar, and the bottom scroll, that's going to be all the themes that you have installed. You can change it to whatever you want. Right now I'm running the shadows theme. Then under the fonts, you can set whatever fonts you want. I'm running transparent black. Under your default icons, right now I am running default, which is just default. We could go with, say, I know which one. I want to go with the dark glow. Underneath the navigation, I am running the fire pop theme, and I'm running with stock, or under wallpaper we are just running default. And I'm not setting up the lock screen because I just want to leave it under default. And then, of course, under the button controls, I am running the same as the system or the status bar, which is going to be shadows. Then, of course, you can change your fonts, your sounds, and all that if you want to. You just click on it, change it to whatever you want, and then all the way at the bottom, if you want to change the boot animation, which no way, I love this boot animation. You just click on whatever you want. Enable it. Once you're done, you click that check mark. It'll go through. It'll set up your theme, and it's done. And that's how you set up a theme. Now, what's also cool about this is you have the per app themer. All right, so you can exit out of settings, go to an app that you use a lot. Let's say Gmail. We'll go to Gmail. It's going to open up the app. Right now I am in shadows. I actually have it themed shadows, but I can change the theme of just Gmail by using this. we'll theme this Deep Darkness. And right now it is running the theme through. It has applied it, and now it is in the Deep Darkness. If I want to change it again, I could go to, let's go to Tang. It's going to run through, it's going to apply the theme. Now I may have to close it and reopen it to get the full effect, which I'm going to do right now. I'm actually going to clear all the recents. We're going to go back into Gmail again, and it should be completely themed like that. If I go into, let's say, bodyguards, open up the bodyguards email, it is going to be opened up under that theme. So it's just awesome. I love this theme engine more than the standard one, and I thought you guys would want to see that, especially if you're not used to seeing the CMOS 13 type theme engine. That's what it looks like. Well, guys, there you have it. That's Resurrection Remix. This is their final marshmallow build, and this is for the Nexus 6P. If you guys liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. It does help me out a lot, and I just want to take the time to thank all of my subscribers. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you guys on the next one.